What's up, guys? Memorex back. Oh, sorry, it froze up on me for a second. Anyhow, Memorex back with a brand new video. And today for this video, we have Fnaf Animatronics explain the puppet Five Nights at Freddy's by Super Horror Bro. It's been a while, so this got recommended to me by Braden Stewart mainly because it's in fact been a while. I looked back at my videos. The last time we reacted to Super Horror Bros was 3 years ago. Yeah. It was over 3 years ago that we reacted to his last video. I think it was Circus Baby. Well, I looked it up. It's like both my Springtrap and Circus Baby reaction was 3 years ago. So I didn't exactly look up exactly what exact date, but it was 3 years ago. And he also recommended this to me because I said I didn't know much about Marionette, which is true. I remember I had not seen too much lore on Marionette. It's like most of the other animatronics, I know basically all the lores about them, but Marionette was just one that was always a mystery to me. So now we about to get it explained. So Super Horror Bro, it's been a while. It's good to finally be back reacting to your videos. I remember how much I loved your videos back in the day, reacting to all your FNAF reactions. And I know he's got other explaining videos about like other different types of games and stuff. Like I know he's got one on Little Nightmares and stuff too, which I will say I think I'm pretty versed on the Little Nightmares lore. Because I've looked at so much lore in Little Nightmares in my own time. So so there might not be too much he could tell me on some of those. But anyhow, we're gonna go ahead and stop wasting time and go ahead and get into this. Let's go.
Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in this video we continue our look at the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics with
Yes,
an
sir.
in-depth study of one of the creepiest of all, the puppet.
Yeah.
Previously in this series we have analysed Chica, Foxy, Bonnie and Freddy, as well as their variants, so remember to check out those videos if you are interested.
Now think about it. I don't think I did any of the lore for some of these other ones. Like I know I definitely did Freddy, but I don't think I did any of the lore for Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica. We might have to look. We have to check out some of those explained. We got a lot of Super Horror Bro to catch up on.
Now, over the course of the next 4 or 5 episodes in this series, we will dive deeper into the mythology and take a look at some of the less famous, but nonetheless important members of Scott Cawthon's sprawling cast of creeps. So let's kick off this episode with a complete history of the puppet.
Yo.
The puppet, also known as the marionette, is not exactly your everyday Pinocchio.
Yeah.
It is instead a terrifying looking entity which wouldn't look too out of place in a killer clown movie or Tim Burton's Beetlejuice. The puppet's face looks like a mask, with an uncomfortably large toothless smile, sporting bright red lipstick,
Yeah, that's
and
just
above
creepy.
this smile, a pair of black, lifeless eyes.
Can we just talk about the fact that these animatronics were originally meant to be for a pizza parlor for kids? What in their right mind thought it was a good idea to make that? Like, when you look at that, does that scream kid friendly to you? No, it does not. Like, I would make the argument Freddy looks more kid friendly. Shoot, I'd make the argument Golden Freddy looks more kid friendly than that. Like, that's actually insane.
Can be found. Purple stripes which look like streams of tears are seen below these eyes, and either side sit rosy red cheeks. The body is extremely slender and tall. It is black with white stripes on the arms and legs and buttons running up the torso. The puppet only has 3 fingers to each hand, and these are almost like cables rather than functioning digits. They seem to have no joints within. Even stranger still are the feet, or rather the lack of them. The puppet almost seems to float as it steps forward on a pair of pin points. It is without doubt the most humanoid of all animatronics. But
that's creepy.
what is the story behind this creepy creation? Originally, the puppet was an inanimate object. It wasn't able to greet guests like Freddy and the rest of the gang, but rather could be found at the prize counter in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. We are told it was originally created as a security measure to keep the children visiting the pizzeria safe. Yeah, that didn't work out so great, did it? You see, this all changed.
I'm confused. What did they mean for that? Like, what did they mean by that? Was it supposed to like scare, like if kids start to wander off, was it supposed to like scare kids back into the parlor or something? Like, I need to know what did they mean by to keep kids safe?
One fateful night. Henry Emily was co-creator of the Fazbear animatronics and the work partner of nefarious mastermind William Afton. He had a daughter called Charlotte, who ended up becoming the first victim of his murderous co-worker. As with much of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, the exact details are vague, but it seems after Charlotte was murdered by Afton, her spirits became trapped inside the puppet's shell. You see, Henry had given a green bracelet to his daughter, allowing the puppet to track Charlie and protect her. However, the puppet became trapped and so was unable to intervene in William Afton's crime. By the time the puppet reaches Charlotte's body, it's too late. Its circuits have been damaged by the rainfall, and so it simply crawls over to her corpse, where Charlotte's spirit then possessed it. In the insanity ending of FNAF 6 Pizzeria...
Hold up. That's actually kind of sad. That's actually sad. So before Marionette got possessed, it's like granted it was just doing what it was designed to do, but still that's actually sad. It almost felt like it was alive, trying to still go up to save her, even though it was getting damaged by the rain. Dang, that's actually sad.
Simulator, we can hear her father Henry monologuing as he burns the restaurant and animatronics trapped within to the ground. Here, he condemns Afton's spirit to hell, freeing the spirits of the other lost children and apologizing to his daughter for being unable to save her.
My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return as well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms, the way you lifted others into yours.
However, there is more to the puppet than Charlotte Emily. You see, after she was murdered and went on to possess this empty vessel, Charlie then went on to witness William Afton go on to abduct and murder the other missing children. It has been theorized, in fact, that it was the puppet who stuffed the children into the animatronic suits, as a way to allow them to exact revenge and live on after death in the same way Charlotte did. We get the sense that this puppet...
Okay, I know I'm pausing a lot, but I gotta talk about this. Like, oh, then that's actually crazy. That's okay. So dang. So she basically like grabbed the souls and just like put them inside them animatronics. That's actually kind of crazy if that's true. Cause like, imagine if she didn't do that. Imagine if she just let them continue flying off. Then at that point, Afton would have never gotten stopped properly. Do y'all like now? I genuinely want to know. Like, let's say that Charlotte did, in fact, stuff all the souls inside the suits, and that's how they all got possessed. Do you think William Afton would have ever got stopped if she didn't do that? I mean, granted, the only way I could see it happen is if Charlotte herself stopped him, or if somehow the police finally caught on to him and he got arrested or whatever.
is very protective over the spirits of the other children.
I will say, but then we would have never had Springtrap if she... Like, we would have probably never had Springtrap because it was the animatronics themselves that chased him into that, and when he put that Spring Bonnie suit on, and then that's when he became Springtrap. So he would have never became Springtrap. It's crazy how the butterfly effect works, doesn't it? It's always so crazy when you think about the butterfly effect.
As we hear the following lines spoken by her during Ultimate Custom Night.
The others are under my protection.
We also get the sense that the puppet enjoys tormenting its victims and seeing them suffer, as if the spirit of Charlotte has become twisted and vengeful over the years as a result of her tragic end.
Seeing you powerless is like music to me.
You may have noticed I have been referring to the puppet as a she, due to the fact we know the soul within is female. Despite this, the puppet itself is actually male, a fact confirmed officially within the book The Freddy Files. As well as this, the puppet's mechanic description in Ultimate Custom Night also uses the male pronoun.
Oh.
So we've discussed the puppet's looks and backstory in the game, but what about actual game appearances and forms it has taken over the years? The puppet first appeared in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where it would attack if the player did not keep the music box wound over at the prize counter. The music emanating from this box is the children's nursery rhyme, My Grandfather's Clock, which sounds like this. However, fail to keep this box wound up, and the appropriately titled Pop Goes the Weasel plays instead.
if I ever have kids, I'm not getting them a music box. I'm not playing Pop Goes the Weasel. My trauma might set in if I try to play that for them.
After this, the puppet emerges from the box and will begin stalking the player, making its way camera to camera until it reaches the security office. Unlike most of the animatronics, it sees right through our Freddy mask disguise and cannot be deterred by the flashlight, meaning failure to keep the music box wound results in an instant death if the puppet reaches us before the shift's end. The next time we saw the puppet was in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. As with the other animatronics, in this particular game, the puppet takes on a phantom form. Its appearance is now decayed and burnt. It appears in the hallway on camera 8, and if we look at it for too long, the puppet moves into our office, where its head obscures our view and makes protecting ourselves a much harder task. It's also incredibly creepy.
Yeah.
However, the puppet does have another role in this game. By double-clicking on the drawing of a puppet found on Cam 2, we are transported to a secret 8-bit style minigame called Happiest Day. Here we actually control the puppet in a cryptic 2D side-scroller. This minigame leads us to the game's good ending, when all other minigames have been successfully completed. It once again shows the puppet looking over the children protectively, as it seems to symbolize their souls leaving their bodies.
Dang.
Moving over to Fnaf 4, and the puppet is nowhere to be seen. Well, until the arrival of the Halloween update, that is. This introduced a horrifying variant of the puppet known as Nightmarion. If you thought the original puppet design was creepy, get a load of this guy. Its body is even thinner, with skeletal.
Oh no! Who came up with that design? Like inverse, not like outside, not like in real life, but if they, I better find out there's some supernatural force that made them get that design. If I find out that someone actively changed the design for that, thinking it could be kid friendly, I'm gonna lose it, because I need to know what these people's definition of kid friendly is. Like, I know there's probably some type of supernatural force that caused them to look like that, but no, that is bro, I'm not even lying to y'all when I say I have never in my life seen that form of marionette. Literally, the only marionette I've ever seen is normal marionette and phantom puppet, like, which I didn't know was phantom puppet. I think when I originally saw it, I called it like drowned marionette or something like that. But yeah, I have never in my life seen this form of marionette. So seeing that, no.
Or details such as a protruding rib cage and legs made from pure bone.
No.
Nightmarion's upper limbs end at the elbow, and the rest of the arm is replaced by long stripy tendrils.
No.
Its face now lacks the rosy cheeks and red lipstick. This is replaced by a mouth filled with pointy teeth, and two much bigger eyes, which glow a bright white at their center.
No.
Throughout our experience with Nightmarion, that eerie music box melody can be heard.
No.
Nightmarion also appeared.
I don't like that. See, I couldn't play that FNF game. Nope. I'll be honest, you know what that setting kind of reminds me of? That game Boogeyman. I think it was called Boogeyman, yeah. That's what that kind of reminds me of a little bit. Just that setting on it. But though granted, FNF probably came out before Boogeyman, but I'm just saying that's just what it kind of reminds me of a little bit.
In FNAF Help Wanted, where its presence in VR was genuinely terrifying. In Ultimate Custom Night, we get to hear Nightmarion speak, and it seems to confirm the character's cruel and sadistic nature. This time, death cannot save you. The puppet's final.
Alright, now hold up. Look, yes, I know I'm pausing a lot, alright? So, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody about me pausing a lot, alright? I warned y'all before. You read my channel description, you will know. I warned y'all. But anyhow, I gotta know, with Nightmarion, is that still possessed by Charlotte? Because that does not sound like Charlotte's voice anymore. So, is that, like, in that version, is Marionette still possessed by Charlotte? Or is it possessed by something else now? Or is that in fact still possessed by Charlotte, and Charlotte is like, her voice has become twisted and deep from how long she's been part of Marionette and the way, I guess, her mental state kind of declines and it becomes way more twisted. That's what I want to know. I'm not sure if he's gonna explain it or not.
Appearance was in Fnaf 6 Pizzeria Simulator, where it appeared during a series of minigames telling the tragic backstory of Charlotte Emily as previously mentioned. However, it should also be noted that we are shown evidence of how the puppet had been fused within the Freddy animatronic Lefty. It can be seen
Say
clearly
what?
here in this image. Hence why we hear Henry talking to his daughter during the game's true ending. So in that sense, Lefty's attacks in
Whoa.
FNAF 6 sort of double as those of the Puppet 2,
I
although
never
it
knew
does
that.
not appear in its true form during gameplay.
I
With
never
all
knew
that said,
that.
we have now reached the end of today's video and this look at the history of the puppet across the Five Nights at Freddy's
I like this.
series. I hope you did enjoy this video, and
I
if you
did.
did, remember to leave a like,
I
comment
will.
down below, and of course subscribe for more horror-related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Boy, don't do that to me. I forgot how much I love the FNAF lore. Like, it's been a minute since we watched the FNAF lore video. It's mostly just been FNAF fights. But yeah, it's been a hot minute since we reacted to FNAF lore videos. And I forgot how much I love Super Horror Boys videos as well. Yeah, I did not know that about Lefty. The fact that that's Marionette the whole time and he's just in a dang Freddy costume. I did not know that. See, I didn't even know who Lefty was. See, now I think about, didn't he have a lore video of Lefty? I could have, if so, we might have to watch that. Watch that to find out everything. Because right now, the most I just know it's Marionette inside. Because that's crazy. Or what if it's like it was only at that time Marionette was inside Lefty, but Lefty's still his own separate character. I don't know. We'll find out because we're gonna react to more lore videos. Super Horror Pro, that was fire. Brayden, thank you. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and hit like on that. Brayden, thank you for reminding me to react to him. Well, I haven't, because it's been a hot while. Like I said, it's been 3 years since we reacted to his last video. So I'm glad to be back. We definitely gonna react to more. We might check out maybe Foxy's lore next, or Chica or Bonnie, one of the two. We're gonna check them all out, and maybe some of his other videos too. But yeah, this is gonna be in this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see me react to next time. And until next time, y'all, see ya.